Uma história, mais de 2 séculos de existência, desenvolvida e criada numa pequena farmácia. A história se inicia no ano de 1886, em Atlanta, nos Estados Unidos, quando um farmacêutico resolveu criar um xarope para um problema de indigestão. Assim, no dia 8 de maio, John criou a fórmula da Coca-Cola, que deu origem à bebida mais famosa do mundo. Mas não foi tão simples assim, não foi do dia para a noite. O xarope, que era misturado à água gaseificada, era vendido por 5 cents o copo. Tem dias que vendia, tem dias que não vendia, amostra grátis. Mas, de maneira geral, a média era 9 copos por dia. Contudo, essa tal bebida, esse tal xarope, chamou bastante atenção dos clientes. Vendo que a sua invenção tinha um grande potencial de ser comercializado, eles informou-se ao seu contador, Frank Hobson, que idealizava o xarope para se tornar uma bebida, e ele idealizou o nome, chamando assim de Coca-Cola, bem como criou o logotipo, num manuscrito, numa folha em branco, com suas próprias mãos. Porém, o inventor, infelizmente, morreu 2 anos depois que a fórmula foi criada. E assim, em 1881, Frank herdou, que na época não era Coca-Cola ainda, só tinha o nome, mas tinha que tornar-se uma companhia, tinha que ser inventada, tinha que estar registrada. Surgiu assim, em 1891, a Ten Coca-Cola Company, companhia fundada por Frank. 2 anos depois, eles registraram a marca no Instituto Nacional de Propriedade Industrial dos Estados Unidos. Após 11 anos desde a primeira comercialização do produto nas farmácias em Atlanta, a Coca-Cola saiu pela primeira vez dos Estados Unidos. Em 1899, foi fechado o primeiro acordo, com exclusividade para a bebida ser engarrafada. Contudo, nos primeiros anos do século XX, mais de 400 fábricas começaram a engarrafar Coca-Cola, existindo assim vários modelos de engarrafamentos de garrafas, gerando uma confusão nos consumidores. Por conta disso, em 1915, a empresa decidiu realizar um concurso para padronizar o modelo da garrafa, e o vencedor foi Alexandre Samuelson. É claro, a estratégia e marca da Coca-Cola não cresceu de uma hora para outra. Assim como durante toda a sua história, a empresa adotou várias estratégias para o seu progresso.
Hi and welcome to Thought Catalyst. I'm Charles Painter and today we're going to be talking about the marketing campaigns of the Coca-Cola Company. Coca-Cola was first invented within an Atlanta-based pharmacy by Dr. John Pemberton in May 1886. Initially sold at local soda fountain counters, growing demand and the idea of making the beverage portable led to bottling the sparkling drink. In its first year, Pemberton sold just 9 glasses of Coca-Cola a day for 5 cents a glass. Since then, the company has expanded ever so slightly, currently selling its products at an estimated rate of more than 1.9 billion servings a day. That's the equivalent, every day, to almost 1 in 4 people buying something from Coca-Cola. The Coca-Cola Company is one of the most recognised companies in the world, and it's certainly the world's biggest drink company. They control more than half the global market in carbonated soft drinks, as well as a substantial chunk of the somewhat larger non-carbonated segment. It owns 4 of the world's 5 biggest selling soft drinks, with Coca-Cola being the world's best known and most valuable non-technology brand. Within its portfolio, the company holds more than 500 brands including Fanta, Sprite and Relentless. Within these, they produce over 3,500 varied products, spanning from sodas to bottled water to iced teas and coffees. Despite an estimated 94% of the world's population recognising the red and white Coca-Cola logo, nearly 10% of their revenue, $41 billion, was spent on advertising and marketing campaigns last year. This astronomical $4 billion was spent on a diverse range of campaign tactics across multiple geographic regions. As with many things in the world, ironically, the companies that are the most well recognised possessed the highest budget for their advertising and public image. Luckily, this hefty budget allows Coke to experiment and get creative with their marketing, providing the opportunity to remind us why they're as successful as they are. Now, what is the Coca-Cola brand built upon? Well, it's this secret: training our brains to associate the brand with a good feeling, be that happiness, relaxation, friends, love, anything, rather than the soda itself that makes them good at what they do. Now, we're going to go through a few examples here. First of all, let's have a look at the 2015 Christmas advert. For many, the arrival of the iconic "Holidays Are Coming" Coca-Cola truck, it's a highlight of the period, building excitement for Christmas. The ad might be 21 years old, but interest in it shows little sign of diminishing as it brings out everyone's nostalgic side. The focus of last year's A Coke for Christmas ad follows a young boy who aims to spread the joy through giving Coca-Cola to those who are making Christmas a reality, including a dad, a shop assistant, and Santa Claus himself. Now, the important aspects of the advert is that it targets the whole family. The ability to provide the experience for the entire family is essential. The commercial itself closely follows Coke's primary principles in their advertising. Rather than attempting to sell a drink, Coke focuses on selling an abstract positive concept, such as happiness, family, and sharing. As we can see, Coke have become experts at selling these non-concrete conceptions. This year's video, like many before it, remains true to their core values that they use in their marketing campaigns year-round. Along with this, Coke modified their traditional formula for advertising, adopting a more multi-channel approach. Traditionally, video, print, and physical advertising were the focal point of Coke's festive commercials. However, this year saw the addition of Coke TV and social media via hashtags and a Coke emoji. This was an attempt to broaden their influential radius. Now, the next example we're going to look at is called Share a Can. Now, Coke's Share Happiness campaign has been one of the key pillars of their advertising machine. This involved multiple previous strategies such as the Coke Hug Me machine and the hugely successful debranding tactic, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. Now, finally, we got on to debranding. As mentioned earlier, arguably the most successful Share Happiness campaign would be the debranding tactic. Marketing director Lucy Austin and her team within Coca-Cola's South Pacific branch were delivered a 151-word creative brief that gave them free rein to deliver a truly disruptive idea that would make headlines and capture the country's attention. The resulting campaign, known internally as Project Connect, based on its ambition to both strengthen the brand's bond with Australia's young adults and inspire shared moments of happiness with the real and virtual worlds, it became known as Share a Coke. The primary concept behind this was the swapping out of Coke branding on bottles and cans in favour of 150 of the most popular names in Australia, allowing Coke to reach 42% of the population. This campaign was released and almost immediately saw a positive reaction, with unaffiliated celebrities buying bottles and social media conversation and media coverage blowing up as a result. Within that summer, Coke sold more than 250 million named bottles and cans in a nation of just under 23 million people. This overwhelming positive result led to the expansion of the campaign across the world, reaching more than 70 countries. As the campaign spread across the globe, over 17,000 names were used, including generic nicknames and titles such as Mom and Dad and Mate. These additional titles purposefully made the invitation more about giving a Coke to someone else rather than keeping it to yourself, and broadened the appeal and played to their core principles. The ability of such a revolutionary and notable campaign could be argued to rely solely on the ability to relate to the customer on the eye level. Lucy Austin suggests that the success derives from the use of our name, the most personal thing we possess. It's our fingerprint, our identity, in one word. It can't get much more personal than seeing our name, our own unique identifier, on a bottle of Coke. Their campaign capitalized on the global trend of self-expression and sharing, but it did so in an emotional way. Coke's advertising team have released its fair share of interesting campaigns, some with more success than others, but few could be called an outright disaster, with the possible exception of New Coke. The continued pursuit of alluring and revolutionary advertising tactics by Coke is sure to assist the sales of their products worldwide, and will not be likely to go anywhere anytime soon. As you can see, Coca-Cola have shown that by engaging with their customers and not just shouting from the rooftops about how great they are.
Em 1985, o CEO da época tentou mudar o sabor do refrigerante, sendo assim a sua primeira alteração da fórmula em 100 anos. E é claro, muitas pessoas gostaram, outras nem tanto. No ano de 1903, a Coca-Cola possuía cerca de 60 gramas de cocaína. Eu espero que tenham gostado desse vídeo. Até a próxima. Bye, bye.